Let's get straight to it. Number 5. The sudden silence. You're in a busy coffee shop. Forks clinking, chairs scraping, people chatting. Then suddenly, nothing. Every conversation stops at the exact same moment. No one laughs. No one whispers. Just complete, unnatural silence. Most people freeze, look around, then go back to what they were doing because the noise slowly returns. That pause wasn't just awkward. It was a herd instinct kicking in. Animals in the wild go silent when they detect a predator. Humans still have that wiring. When a crowd goes quiet simultaneously, it means dozens of people unconsciously registered something wrong. Not one person could tell you what, but all of them felt it. The problem is, we're trained to ignore that feeling. We call it paranoia and go back to our lattes. Don't. If you're in a space and the ambient noise cuts out like someone hit a mute button, your brain just caught a threat before your eyes did. Leave. Not in a panic, just purposefully. The conversation will restart without you. That's fine. You'll be outside, where the silence makes sense. Could it be nothing? Sure. But would you bet your safety on a maybe? Number 4. Staff leaving the floor without explanation. You're in a department store or a hotel lobby. Employees are at their posts. Then, one by one, they start walking toward the back. Not rushing, not running, just walking with purpose. No announcement. No be right back. They just vanish. Within 2 minutes, the floor is empty of staff, but customers are still browsing. This is not a shift change. Shift changes are scheduled, staggered, and communicated. This is a quiet evacuation. Staff are being pulled off the floor because something is happening that management doesn't want customers to know about. Could be a fire alarm in the back. Could be a robbery in progress. Could be a gas smell that hasn't reached the front yet. The employees aren't warning you because they are following orders not to cause panic. Their absence is the warning. When you notice that the people who work there have all disappeared, don't wait to find out why. Walk toward the nearest exit. The merchandise will be there tomorrow. You might not be if you stay. Again, maybe it's nothing, a manager's meeting. But are you willing to stand around and find out? Number 3. The single flickering light with a rhythm. A light bulb flickers. You've seen it 100 times. Old bulb, bad connection, no big deal. But pay attention to the rhythm. A random flicker, slow and erratic, that's usually a dying bulb. But a steady, rhythmic flicker, on and off at exact intervals, like a metronome, that's something else. That's electricity arcing. A wire inside the wall is sparking at a regular pace. Each spark is hot enough to melt metal, and it's happening inside your wall, inside your ceiling, surrounded by insulation, wood, and dust. The only sign you get is that rhythmic blink. By the time you smell smoke, the fire has already been growing for minutes. It could be a harmless bad ballast in a fluorescent light, but you don't know which one it is until it's too late. If you see a light flickering like a metronome, don't just ignore it. Tell a staff member immediately and move away from that area. The difference between a near miss and a tragedy is often just one person who noticed the rhythm. Number 2. The sweet smell. Gas leaks smell like rotten eggs. That's what we're taught. But natural gas is odorless. Utility companies add a chemical called mocapton to make it smell like sulfur so you can detect it. But what if the leak is from something else? Propane leaks can smell like rotten eggs or sometimes like a dead animal. But there's another smell that's even more dangerous because it's pleasant. A sweet, almost syrupy smell, like maple syrup or artificial vanilla, in a place where no one is cooking. That can be a refrigerant leak. Refrigerants are heavier than air. They sink to the floor and replace oxygen. You don't burn, you don't explode, you just quietly suffocate as the air turns into something you can't breathe. Hotels, grocery stores, ice rinks all use industrial refrigerants. If you smell something sweet and no one's making pancakes, get low and get out. The air near the floor is the last to go bad, but only for a little while. Number 1. The unclaimed phone. You see a phone on a table. Screen dark. No one around it. This is not the same as a forgotten phone. People who forget phones usually remember and come running back within minutes. A phone left face down, no charger, no wallet nearby. That's different. That's a phone that was deliberately set down, not dropped. And the owner never came back. In active shooter situations, survivors often describe leaving their phones behind because reaching for it took too long. In medical emergencies, a person might collapse before they can pocket their device. An unclaimed phone in a public place is a signal that someone left that spot faster than they intended, and not by choice. In 99 out of 100 cases, someone just forgot it and will be back any second. But that one time could matter. You don't need to touch it. You don't need to call out for the owner. You just need to register that something interrupted a person's day badly enough that they abandoned their digital life. That same something could still be nearby. Look around, locate the nearest exit, and put distance between you and that phone. The owner will either come back or they won't. But you don't need to be there to find out which. That's it for this video. More on the way. Subscribe to catch them.